With moonlit avenues, lively brass melodies, and the feeling of a city that never truly sleeps still speak to your soul. Subscribe to Blue Hour Avenue here. You'll find timeless swing jazz, elegant late-night energy, a elegant golden age of American nightlife back to life. I left the club too soon tonight. The city hummed in amber light. A quiet corner, empty air. Then someone smiled beside me there. The evening changed without a sound. A different rhythm came around. Amber lamp on Mercer Street turned a lonely night so sweet. One small spark, one passing glance became the start of my romance. We spoke beneath the golden glow, like old friends from long ago. The taxis rolled, the shadows swayed, while every worry slowly faded. The midnight breeze moved soft and slow, like every note I didn't know. Amber lamp on Mercer Street turned a lonely night so sweet. One small spark, one passing glance became the start of my romance. Now every tune I write today carries echoes of that way. A simple night, a simple scene still shines brighter than it seemed. Amber lamp on Mercer Street turned a lonely night so sweet. One small spark, one passing glance became the song I sing again. That old lamp still lights my way through every song I play. I only came for one small drink that night, a tired young dreamer chasing neon lights. The lobby shimmered gold and ivory white, like heaven dressed for Manhattan nightlife. The orchestra exploded into swing, bright trumpets lifting every heartbeat swing. Champagne laughter floated through the smoke, while every polished floorboard softly spoke. Then suddenly across the crowded haze, I caught her standing in the amber blaze, a satin dress beneath the ballroom glow. the kind of beauty every poet hopes to know. She turned once, and the whole room disappeared, dancing beneath the aster lights tonight. Golden chandeliers burning soft and bright. Jazz guitars and trumpets fill the air, but all I really saw was standing there. We moved like sparks across the ballroom floor, like two strangers who had danced before. And though the years keep fading out of sight, I still dream beneath those aster lights. Her laughter carried through the crowded hall, light as crystal glasses at the ball. She held my hand like midnight held the moon, too beautiful to vanish quite so soon. The band kept swinging faster through the night, grand piano keys exploding silver light. Couples spun like stars in endless flight, while Manhattan hummed beneath the sky outside. Her perfume lingered softly when she smiled, something sweet and dangerous and wild. And every cigarette cloud drifting high seemed to paint her silhouette across the sky. One slow kiss, and suddenly youth felt eternal, dancing beneath the aster lights tonight. Velvet shadows wrapped in soft delight. The brass section burned like summer flame, yet somehow I still never learned her name. The final song kept trembling through the dawn, while silver morning slowly carried on. And even now when old orchestras play, I still hear her drifting through the sway. Your heart together, though time may steal the faces from our sight. Some moments never leave the light. I searched 1,000 crowded rooms since then, through smoky clubs and old hotels again, but no perfume ever quite became what lingered softly when she came. Dancing beneath the aster lights once more, hearing echoes glide across the floor. The orchestra still swings beneath the gold, while memories refuse to grow old. And if you wander through old New York someday, where barroom ghosts still laugh and sway, listen close when midnight trumpets rise. You may still find love beneath those lights. The black stone glowed in amber and gold, a refuge for the heart's growing old. I settled in my usual chair while cigar smoke drifted through the air. The bartender poured without a word, like he'd seen every story I've never heard. A jazz guitar hummed low and sweet as the night unfolded down the streets. The orchestra whispered from the corner stage and turned another chapter in a weathered age. Moonlit cigars at the Blackstone bar, watching the dancers from afar. Their laughter shines where mine once lived, in a beautiful life that time won't give. Moonlit cigars and a slow saxophone, making a crowded room feel alone. Every melody carries a scar here at the Blackstone bar. A couple spun beneath the lamplit glow, moving together soft and slow. For a fleeting second I could almost see the woman who used to sit with me. The upright bass walked through the tune like footsteps fading beneath the moon. And every brush drum softly played for promises that never stayed. The room was warm with conversation and wine, but my thoughts were wandering another time. Moonlit cigars at the Blackstone bar, watching the dancers from afar. Their laughter shines where mine once lived, in a beautiful life that time won't give. Oh, moonlit cigars and a slow saxophone, making a crowded room feel alone. Every melody carries a scar here at the Blackstone bar. The hands of the clock kept making their rounds while shadows stretched across the ground. A trumpet sighed from somewhere behind, like a farewell carried on the wind. I raised my glass toward yesterday, knowing some things never fade away. Moonlit cigars at the Blackstone bar, still chasing wishes through the dark. The faces change, the years move on, yet the longing somehow stays strong. Moonlit cigars and the break of day, watching the city wake away. One more night beneath these stars here at the Blackstone bar. The lamps grew pale as dawn appeared. The last few patrons disappeared. I buttoned my coat and crossed the floor, leaving footprints toward the door. The music faded, the streetcars rolled, and another night became a story told. The Kingsway glows beneath a tired moon, velvet shadows drifting through the room. Crystal chandeliers burn soft and low, like fading stars from long forgotten shows. I settle slowly at the whiskey bar, an old crooner carrying too many scars. The bartender already knows my name and pours nostalgia like an old champagne. Then the orchestra begins your favorite tune, and suddenly the whole night belongs to you. Moonlit cigars at the Kingsway Lounge, where lonely hearts and smoky dreams still drown. Every saxophone cries deep and blue, like this old world still aches for you. Oh, the dancers sway beneath the golden light, like memories refusing to leave the night. And every glass raised through the velvet air feels like your ghost is sitting there. A woman laughs beside the grand piano glow, the same soft way you did so long ago. Her satin gloves catch flickers from the brass, and for 1 second I mistake the past. The trombone slide like midnight through my veins, while rain taps softly on the window panes. And every cigarette that slowly burns feels like another year that won't return. This lounge keeps hiding all the hearts that break behind polished smiles and smoke too thick to escape. Moonlit cigars at the Kingsway Lounge, where tired lovers let their sorrows drown. The upright bass rolls low beneath the room, like distant thunder wrapped in old perfume. Oh, the brush drums whisper soft and slow, like secrets only sleepless dreamers know. And every lonely chorus drifting by makes the whiskey taste like goodbye. We used to dance beneath these chandeliers, when Manhattan nights still felt sincere. Before the years turned silver in my hair and left your memory floating everywhere. Now strangers dance where we once held on tight, while dawn waits quietly beyond the night. Moonlit cigars at the Kingsway Lounge, still glowing while the whole world settles down. Your favorite melody remains alive inside the smoke where broken dreamers hide. Now the waiters dim the final lights, and silence slowly swallows up the night. Still I remain where your memory belongs, inside these old sad songs. Soft trombones fade fading,
whiskey classic,
clinking softly
one last cigar
beneath the dawn. The club had closed an hour earlier. Last call still lingering in the smoky air. Chairs were resting upside down on tables, and broken melodies were everywhere. I pulled my collar through the cold night silence, past sleeping taxis lined beside the curb. Every puddle carried shattered neon, every heartbeat echoed without words. Then through the rain I heard a piano floating slowly from a distant lounge, and suddenly her memory returned like smoke that never settles down. Rainy velvet beside Gramercy Park, where lonely souls keep dancing in the dark. The muted trumpets cried beneath the rain, while old romance drifted back again. Her shadow moved through every empty street, like yesterday, still walking next to me. And every drop that touched the midnight spark brought back rainy velvet beside Gramercy Park. Her saxophone was breathing through the silence, soft enough to break a weary heart. Inside the lounge, exhausted dreamers lingered, wrapped in whiskey smoke and after dark. I stood outside beneath the flickering lamplight, watching couples disappear through the haze, and every laughing voice beyond the doorway felt like a ghost from better days. Then the trumpet climbed above the storm, warm enough to keep the night alive. And somewhere in that trembling melody, her goodbye survived. Rainy velvet beside Gramercy Park, where memories glow like cigarettes in dark. The brush drums whispered softly through the blue, while every lonely tune became about you. The city slept beneath the silver rain, but your perfume still drifted through my pain. And all the avenues beneath the stars still lead me back to Gramercy Park. Now every rainy midnight in Manhattan, I wonder where the old jazz shadows stay, searching through forgotten little lounges for one more chance to hear her name. Sometimes when the sidewalks shine like mirrors and distant pianos tremble through the fog, I swear I see her crossing Lexington, then vanishing before I can call. Rainy velvet beside Gramercy Park still lingers deep within my tired heart. The orchestra may fade with passing years, but her memory survives through every night, beneath the stars, I lose myself near Gramercy Park. The rain kept falling through the morning silence. The final cab rolled slowly out of sight, and somewhere in a lonely Manhattan lounge, the piano kept her alive all night. The elevator climbed through clouds of laughter, champagne music spilling down the hall. Ladies dressed in satin moved like moonlight, while brass and velvet echoed through the walls. The clarinet came dancing through the ceiling. Trumpets burn like fire against the blue, and every polished floor beneath the chandeliers seemed built for lovers passing through. I came alone with winter in my coat, and lonely songs still caught inside my throat. Then suddenly, through all the golden haze, a stranger smiled and pulled me into sway. Satin hearts beyond Madison Terrace, swinging wildly through the midnight air. The orchestra was roaring like a river, while champagne sparkled everywhere. She spun me through the glowing crowd tonight, beneath the silver skyline light, and every trumpet climbing through the room turned Manhattan into something new. The ballroom swayed beneath the smoky rhythm, walking bass lines rolling warm and deep. Couples floated slowly near the windows, while snowfall wrapped the avenues in sleep. Her perfume drifted soft as jazz guitar chords. Her laughter rose above the cabaret, and every time the brass sections exploded, the whole night carried us away. Then the orchestra slipped into a slow refrain as midnight disappeared beyond the rain. She held me close beneath the chandelier glow, like someone I had always seemed to know. Satin hearts beyond Madison Terrace, where dreamers dance and loneliness grows careless. The brush drums whispered softly through the haze, while city lights dissolve in golden blaze. She rested gently underneath my arm, like winter finally surrendering to warmth. And somewhere in that rooftop ballroom air, the whole world vanished there. Now every skyline shining after snowfall still pulls my memory toward that room. Every distant trumpet in Manhattan still carries traces of her perfume. Sometimes when the city glows at midnight and old swing records drift across the dark, I still can feel her satin heartbeat dancing somewhere deep inside my heart. Satin hearts beyond Madison Terrace still shimmer through the years beyond the rain. The orchestra may fade into the silence, but that enchanted night remains. And every couple dancing slow tonight keeps alive those glowing rooftop lights. Though dawn arrived and carried dreams away, that ballroom still survives inside the sway. The final saxophone dissolved into the morning. The skyline slowly turned from gold to gray. But somewhere high above old Manhattan, our last dance still refuses to fade away. The curtains rise tonight, one final song begins. The room is filled with faces of old forgotten friends. The orchestra starts softly as memories return. Melody tonight will carry all my stories. Through every note I leave and every heart I touched, I remember distant evenings and voices in the crowd. The city gave me everything when I was lost and proud. The piano keeps on speaking of places I have known. My last melody tonight will carry through every note I leave and every heart I touched. The years became a journey, the songs became my home. Paris will walk beside me wherever I may roam. May fade away, but the music stays forever. stage, grateful, with Paris in my soul. I walked through the door where the old band played, past the photographs that time had faded away. The bartender smiled like no years had passed, while shadows and memories gathered fast. A whiskey waited where I used to sit, near the little stage where the lights stayed dim. The piano man still knew every tune that carried our hearts through those long afternoons. So I asked for the melody we loved back then, and suddenly I was 25 again. At the last table in Dearborn Lounge, I keep saving your place somehow. The music still lingers, the glasses still shine, but your hand never reaches for mine. At the last table in Dearborn Lounge, the room keeps turning around. Everybody's here except the one I need, and the empty chair keeps staring at me. The flugelhorn drifted through clouds of blue smoke, like an old conversation left unfinished and broke. Couples laughed softly beneath amber light, while I sat with the ghost of another night. Some faces I knew from a lifetime ago danced to the rhythm, moving gentle and slow. They asked how I'd been, and I managed to smile, though my heart had been waiting all the while. Every chorus carried me further back to the night we vanished into the bandstand's track. At the last table in Dearborn Lounge, I keep saving your place somehow. The music still lingers, the glasses still shine, but your hand never reaches for mine. At the last table in Dearborn Lounge, the room keeps turning around. Everybody's here except the one I need, and the empty chair keeps staring at me. The clock moved quietly toward closing time. The upright bass walked its final line. For a second I thought I saw your face, reflected softly in the window pane. But the street outside held only rain, and the silence called my name again. Dearborn Lounge, that place. The band packed up and the lights grew low. The bartender nodded, it was time to go. I left $1 beside my glass and walked into the night with the echoes of the past. Rain still lingers on Bedford Avenue. Golden puddles shimmer into view. I hear the ballroom breathing through the night, like an old dream wrapped in chandelier light. The doorman smiles like time has never passed, while echoes of our footsteps still hold fast. That smoky orchestra begins to play, and suddenly the years all melt away. Every trumpet carries your perfume, every slow trombone revives the room. Whispers beside the Bedford ballroom, floating softly through the velvet gloom. Your laughter dances somewhere in the haze, like champagne memories that never fade. Oh, the couples spin beneath the gold, while my lonely shadow grows old. And every melody the band performs still leads my heart back to your arms. The grand piano trembles near the stage, like it remembers every turning page. Your favorite table waits beside the wall, half in candlelight, half beyond recall. A young girl twirls beneath the crystal glow, the same way you did so long ago. And for a moment through the cigarette smoke, I almost hear the promises we spoke. But midnight hides what dawn cannot restore. Some loves keep dancing long after they are gone. Whispers beside the Bedford ballroom, drifting slowly through the crowded room. Your silhouette still lingers near the band, like a fading photograph I cannot stand. Oh, the saxophones cry low and blue, like they were written only for you. And every chorus pulls me further back to rainy nights this old heart still protects. We were young beneath those chandelier skies, two reckless souls beneath the brass and lights. The city glowed beyond the ballroom haze, and every song felt endless in those days. Now strangers dance where we once used to stand, while memories slip softly through my hands. Whispers beside the Bedford ballroom, still alive beneath the pale moon. The orchestra sways while the night grows thin, and I keep searching for the girl you'd been. Now the final trumpet slowly fades away. The waiters stack the glasses near the stage. Still I remain where our old shadows bloom, beside the whisper of the Bedford ballroom. Soft brush drum, distant laughter. One last dance beneath the chandelier. I stepped inside to hide from winter, my overcoat still heavy from the night. The supper club was soft with candle shadows and low brass glowing amber in the light. Couples whispered over whiskey glasses, while velvet curtains swayed beside the stage. A flugelhorn drifted through the silence, like an old romance refusing age. Then beside the polished piano bar, she appeared beneath a silver star, holding one white orchid in her hand, like she already knew who I was then. Winter orchids beside Columbus Circle, blooming softly through the falling snow. Her quiet smile turned cold December golden in ways the lonely city could not know. The grand piano moved like distant moonlight, while trombones wrapped the room in gentle blue. And somewhere in that warm Manhattan evening, my tired heart remembered how to bloom. She spoke slowly like an old jazz record, every word delicate and low. The orchestra breathed beneath the candlelight, a snowfall painted diamonds on the road. Outside, the taxis crawled through midnight. Inside the room, the world had disappeared. Even the bartender stopped polishing glasses just to listen whenever she drew near. Then she laughed beneath the trumpet sigh, soft enough to quiet all the night. And suddenly the winter air was gone, like sorrow melting into song. Winter orchids beside Columbus Circle, turning sleepless nights to something warm. Her perfume floated through the smoky supper club, like spring arriving quietly through the storm. The brush drums whispered softly by the piano, while upright bass kept swaying deep and slow. And though the snow kept falling past the windows, I never wanted that sweet night to go. Now every winter in Manhattan, I walk those same old frozen streets again, searching for that hidden little supper club and the woman wrapped in candlelight and wind. Sometimes through the crowded evening silence, I hear a flugelhorn begin to play. And for one brief second, I can see her smiling softly through the snow again. Winter orchids beside Columbus Circle still bloom somewhere inside my memory. The orchestra has long since faded quiet, but her voice still drifts like falling melody. And every snowfall over Manhattan brings back the warmth she left inside that room. A single flower changed the shape of winter and taught a lonely heart how to bloom. The snow kept falling through the morning, the candles slowly lost their glow, but one white orchid stayed beside the piano long